Krishna enlightens Arjun about how to be in the world without getting the implications of the actions what we are performing, or let us say going karma free. Oh Arjun, wise are the people who differentiates between action within the inaction and inaction within the action. So they identify the akarma within the karma and karma within the akarma. So 10 karmas the soul will be going through in this life are called Prarabdha Karmas. So no matter what happens, those 10 karmas, those 10 opportunities will be provided to you in this life, so you become absolutely neutral with those issues. Hari Om, we are here back again today to discuss about releasing ourselves from committing the karmas while in the world, and then in the process achieving the self-realization mode and being in the state of a yogi. So in the Bhagavad Gita, when Sri Krishna and Arjun's great communication is happening about life and how to perform karmas, in the chapter 4 about transcendental knowledge, the Krishna enlightens Arjun about how to be in the world without getting the implications of the actions what we are performing, or let us say going karma free. Now, most of you know that karma is performing an action, and there are different type of karmas, different type of actions we perform, and based on that we have actions performed in the past that are stored in a subconscious mind. They are called Sanchita Karmas. So we call it as a Sanchit Karmas, that total credit in your bank balance. Sanchit Karmas. And after Sanchit Karmas, when the soul decides to reincarnate again and resolve certain past karmas, so whatever the soul resolves in this life, they are called Prarabdha Karmas. Prarabdha Karmas means that out of, let us say, total balance of 100 karmas, if the soul resolves, say, okay, this time I am going to resolve 10 karmas from my total bank balance. So 10 karmas the soul will be going through in this life are called Prarabdha Karmas. So no matter what happens, those 10 karmas, those 10 opportunities will be provided to you in this life, so you become absolutely neutral with those issues. So Sanchit Karma, Prarabdha Karma, and then the third category is Agami Karma. Agami Karma is what is now left to be resolved, which will be in the future. So if you have 100 karmas to resolve, and out of that the soul has taken the promise to resolve 10 karmas. So 10 karmas are Prarabdha Karmas, and out of 100 which are Sanchit Karmas, what is left as a balance is called your Agami Karma or Kriyaman. Kriyaman, the activated mind, the subconscious mind, which is storing all the information from your present and your past. Now, how to go from committing all this to not committing all this? Is it possible? So when Arjuna said, how is it possible, Keshav, that you are asking me to perform karmas and go in the war and perform my duty? But if I perform my duty, I will be again creating more karmas that will not help my soul to rise. Is it possible? Then the Sri Krishna gives this knowledge in the chapter 4 of Bhagavad Gita, which is transcendental knowledge. And basically, so karmas, there are these three type of karmas: Sanchit Karma, Prarabdha Karma, and Agami Karma. Then he describes the category of that one, you are performing the karma, performing the action is called karma, performing the action against your prescribed duties is called vikarma, and performing no action at all is called akarma. Now let's describe this. We have understood the word karma, performing the action. But what is vikarma? Vikarma is any action against your prescribed duties. Let me give you an example. For example, if there is a sage who has renounced the world, okay, and he's not doing a material job, he's completely connected to the divine as per his oath, and he's allowed to stay alive by begging. He can seek the money from people, he can beg the food. It is within his rights or prescribed duty. But if he has vowed to be celibate throughout his life and he still goes and finds the partner for conjugation, then that karma is becoming a vikarma for him. He is performing the karma, he is within his duties and rights to seek the alms the food from people, but he is not allowed, or it is not in his duties to have a sexual partner if he has vowed to be a celibate. So by going for that action, he will create the karma for himself, because it is now out of his prescribed duty what he has vowed for. Compared to that, we talk about a material person, anyone in the world. They are allowed to have a partner for procreation purposes. But if they are going without doing the work and begging people for money and for food, although they are allowed to go and work, but yet they are not choosing to, and they are begging from people, that becomes their vikarma. Having a partner is not a vikarma for them, but going and not performing the job for the family, not looking after the family and begging, that soul is now creating karmas. You understand? So one is a celibate, a renunciate, and one is a material person. Renunciate in his prescribed duty can go and seek money and help and food from people, but having a partner is creating a karma. On the other hand, the material person is not creating a karma by being with the partner, but he is creating a karma by begging and seeking food, although he is allowed to do that. So that is called vikarma. The third stage is akarma. Now this is a main stage and a step towards becoming a yogi. Akarma is not performing a karma or not performing any action at all. Mainly the previous actions are performed with some attachment to the pleasures of mind, and mind operates your sense organs, and sense organs go out there and starts eating the food. So we eat the food through the eyes, through the mouth, through the nose, the smells, through the taste of the sound. All of this is mind trying to eat. Okay, so attachment to the sense organs, to the objects of pleasure, will create the karmas. And when we perform the action out of our prescribed duties, it creates vikarma. Not performing action at all is at akarma stage. This is a stage where a person or a seeker has to reach to become a yogi and move towards the path of enlightenment or self-realization. And how to reach that stage? This is the question that Arjuna is asking. Hey Keshav, how to reach that stage? And there is a verse I want to read from Bhagavad Gita. It is chapter 4, the verse 18. The Krishna is answering to Arjun. Karmanya akarmayah pashyed akarmani cha karmayah sa buddhi man manusheshu sa yukah Krishna karma krita. O Arjun, wise are the people who differentiates between action within the inaction and inaction within the action. So they identify the akarma within the karma and karma within the akarma. Now this might sound very simple verse, but actually this opens the doorway for becoming a karma free while performing the normal actions in this life. Let's go to another page and discuss how to reach a karma state, akarma. How to be in the akarma stage. Is it possible? If you are breathing, you are thinking, and you are performing the karmas. When you are going out there talking to people, getting attached to some results of your action, you are creating the karmas. So if I have to be up there, is it really possible to be in the karma-less state while alive? When Lord Krishna says, no action touches me, I am beyond all the fruits. So what does it mean? Let us say this is a person who's wanting to sit and meditate. Here, the body is not performing any action. Body is in inaction mode. But the real one that is working in the body is your mind. It is going in million directions. So even while the body is in the inaction state, the mind is very active. So this is the identification of action within the inaction. This is the main issue of people in the material world. The mind is always working. The mind is never at a resting stage. But if we want to go up there, if we want to realize the illumination within us, we must first stop performing actions by mind. So the wise are the ones who first identify that yes, there is an issue, my mind is never at rest. If somebody is meditating peacefully and by looking at someone sitting in even in the cave or anywhere, say, oh wow, the person is so deep and in trance. But you ask this person, the mind is running everywhere. All the body is sitting peacefully, but it is the mind that creates the waves in your conscious and subconscious minds. So this is stage one, action within the inaction. On the second hand, if a person is walking, apologies for my drawings, if the person is walking and the person is settled inside completely, where is settled? In the navel. The person is completely settled in the navel. Then here the body is performing action. This is a body action, and mind is in the inaction mode. Mind is in the inaction mode. So by meditation and by self-contemplation, by following the path of knowledge, developing an understanding and bringing our sense organs back inside, which is called pratyahar in Ashtanga Yoga, the seeker is now detached from the objects of pleasure. So completely detached from the result of actions. So the mind is back inside the seeker's soul here. And even though that person is moving in the action state, the mind is in inaction state. Now this is a sign of a yogi. You would have seen many masters when they go and meditate, all they are doing is bringing the mind back home, resting here, and then they come out and give the wisdom to people, even though they are performing the work in the world, but they are actually sitting peacefully in inaction mode inside them. That is where no one can disturb anyone's peace or a silence or that state of bliss inside. So this is what Krishna says. Intelligent or wise are the ones who can differentiate between the action within the inaction and inaction within the action. By performing the actions in this state, it is possible to remain the karma free. Means not attached to the work that you are doing. There is no expectation back. That person releases himself from the karmic bondage of this world. So this is a path. And when you reach to this state, then everything changes. The person starts relishing the food, enjoys the food, eat the food with the complete mindfulness. Whatever the work they are performing that work with mindfulness, without getting attached to it, because now they are sitting inside. So all of this world needs to learn how to be in inaction mode while the body is in the action mode. You can talk, you can see, you can hear all the sounds, but you as a soul, you are sitting inside very peacefully. And the third part, then the Krishna says, the one who performs the yajna, the fire ceremony, for me only. Okay, what does it mean? Am I going to do all actions for the divine? Or what about my family? What about this and that? That is very well misunderstood concept here, what Krishna said. He said, performing your actions for me. Yajna, the fire ceremony. How does yogi perform that? When yogi sits in the belly, this is where you have two fires. One is digestive fire and one is your Shiva Agni. Okay, digestive fire is called Jathar Agni. That helps you to digest the food, and Shiva Agni helps you to raise your awareness. And Sri Krishna, Lord Vishnu here is also called Vaishvanar. I am that fire that digests. So what does it mean? In other words, whatever karma I am performing in the world, if I am in the inaction mode, all my awareness stays here. So whatever happening, I am offering that within myself. So whatever goes inside becomes swaha, swaha, swaha. Then you are performing the sacred fire ceremony for your sustainer of this life every single breath, and performing the karmas in the world, but still staying out of the karmic bondage. That is where you want to be. So Bhagavad Gita, this is a transcendental knowledge. How to be in the world without creating the karmas? By being in the inaction mode within yourself and offering everything to your navel, to your belly. And you would know that it is the belly where, when your mother and father decided to give you a birth in this body, that is where you were connected to your mother's womb through umbilical cord. So navel is the one where also the breath starts. So if you are sitting peacefully, your breath is calm, your breath is peaceful. That means your mind is peaceful here, and whatever is happening, you're offering it to that Vaishvanar, to that fire, and the Shiva Agni, Jwala Jwala Prajwala Prajwal. Your spiritual fire is increasing every moment. And one day, explosion will happen and you will merge into the nothingness. Join me, stay tuned for such type of more transcendental knowledge. This is your friend Yogi Ekame Koham Naji. Om Namo Narayan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hari Om.